What's up, everybody? It's your boy J-Rock from JR Jones Racing, back with another video. And today we are working on these 823 heads that came off of a 2012 L94 6.2 liter swapped Chevy Avalanche. These valves are absolutely beautiful. It's getting titanium valves, some GM performance springs, some new valve seals, retainers, hats, push rods, lifters, head gaskets, head bolts, the whole work over. So this has been a long-term customer of mine, and we have been working on this Avalanche for a couple years now. He does kitchen remodeling and bathroom remodeling, and he's constantly towing a large enclosed trailer. So he's been forever on the pursuit of beefing up this Avalanche. He absolutely loves this thing and just wants it to tow this big old trailer better. So we started with some polyurethane upper and lower control arms, some heavy-duty ball joints, some heavy-duty tie rods, inners and outers, heavy-duty brake pads, some drilled slotted rotors. His choice. The jury's still out if that's actually an upgrade or not. Some people say yes, some people say no. Got some stainless braided brake lines, front and rear. Control arms are also front and rear. This thing is decked out. So a couple months ago, he decides that he wants to swap the LMG 5.3 out of it for the L94 6.2. Got better torque, just all around better motor for what he's trying to accomplish. So he finds one for sale on Facebook Marketplace. And he's a very trusting person and just took this guy for his word that this was a freshly built, DOD deleted L94 engine, all new parts, etc., etc. Only problem is that it was completely spray painted black. Huge red flag in my eyes. I talked to the customer, tell him we should really go through this thing before we just throw it in the truck and hope and pray. And he's like, I got a good feeling. I'm gonna pay you to do it. Just put it in and we'll go from there. So essentially, that is exactly what we do. Off gate, I noticed that the heads aren't matching. One's an 823, and the other one is the 4-digit code. I forget what it is. It's very similar to the 823 and can cross to an 823, but it is not a matching head. So we get this motor in, and we fire it up, and it's got an extended crank. So I run the codes, cam sensor codes. It will start, and it will run, but it has terrible takeoff. It's hesitating real bad in the low end, and immediately I recognize it as a timing issue. So I pull up the data log, and I data log timing advance. At that point, I confirmed that timing was not correct. Either it was tooth off or the VVT system was malfunctioning. So I have the uncomfortable conversation with the customer. And he tells me, just, pull it apart and verify what's going on. So that's exactly what we do. We pull the front cover out and check timing. It is in time. The VVT phaser is not working correctly. So he had always wanted to have a cammed vehicle. So at this point, I pull the valley cover off and confirm that it does have the DOD delete. The lifters look new. They're not AFM lifters. So I tell him, hey, we could do a heads-on cam swap for a GM Performance cam, a 3-bolt, and delete VVT. You get the cam, and it's a win-win. You can get rid of VVT. Won't ever be a problem again. Think the truck will operate better without it anyway. And he agrees. So essentially that is what we do. We just pull the valve covers off, rocker arms out, and, use the old dowel rod method trick to slide the old cam out and slide a new cam in. Put it back together, fire it up, get the tune right, and it is running beautifully. He is absolutely tickled to death at this point, and drives it around for a while. So then we decide that we're going to change some stuff in the tune to better fit his needs, some transmission stuff, some power enrichment, and a few things like that. Get that knocked out, and he is flabbergasted. Absolutely loves the truck, bragging about the fuel economy, about the power, how it tows. Extremely happy. Fast forward, I'm about to leave out an important part. While we're working on it, we realized that it has some Amazon special spark plugs in it and Amazon special plug wires. So we put some Pulstars in it, some Edelbrock wires, nice setup, get them back on the road, everything's good. Fast forward a couple months, and he gets into an accident. Just gets hit, front left tire, enough to cause some damage. Not a serious accident, but it did have a pretty good impact and move the truck over. Now, mind you, we did not disassemble this engine. We left the heads on and swapped the cam with the heads on. So after the accident, it gets towed to my shop, and, I get it in there, and we're assessing some of the damage, and I realize that the truck has a terrible misfire. So I'm thinking, all right, maybe something got knocked loose from the wreck, harness got pinched, anything could happen, so I start investigating. And nothing's really popping up, so I pull the dipstick tube out of this thing, and it is milk chocolate milk, 100%, and full to the brim. Excuse me, I'm getting over a cold, so a little bit winded when I talk. It is filled halfway up the dipstick with coolant and oil. So immediately I'm like, oh man, did this crack the block? Did it crack the heads? Did the gasket go? Like, what could have possibly happened? It was an accident, but it was not a very major accident. The truck was drivable, minus the alignment was out of whack, but yeah. So I hit him up, and we ultimately tear it down, and we find the head gaskets looking like this, split straight down the middle and just dumping coolant into the combustion chamber. I've never seen this happen from an accident like this. Maybe if the engine was touched, or the vehicle had some pretty extensive damage, but the head gaskets looked like they were as old as the motor. They also had that copper head gasket sealer spray on them, which you should never need to use on a new MLS gasket or an MLS gasket in general. So I unfortunately believed the man that sold him the motor had reused the head gaskets and potentially the head bolts after doing those lifters, slapped it back together, and sold him this engine. So at that point, we were just so unsure of everything. It's a part. The best choice we could make was to just get a matching set of 823 heads. Found a nice set of machined heads, ported, with titanium valves. Got a set of the GM Performance 500 lift springs, a new set of lifters, and that is where we're at with it right now. It is back together and running beautifully.
Making LS and tech out of you yet. So.
We were able to give this customer his truck back. But this has just been the journey of the Avalanche. Very cool truck. Only 6.2 Avalanche that I've ever driven.
Dude!
And it's beautiful.
Shit,
got top of the line suspension, got rid of the Magna rod, went with KYBs, polyurethane, everything. And yep. So appreciate everybody watching as always. Sorry I'm a little winded. And y'all have a great day. Thanks. Peace.